In less than 24 hours, 4 astronauts are set to begin their historic 9-day journey around the far side of the moon and back. The latest forecast shows the weather at Florida's Kennedy Space Center is holding steady for the Artemis II launch with an 80% chance of favorable conditions. If the mission is given the all clear, it will be the first crew to head to the moon since the Apollo 17 flight that landed there more than 50 years ago. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman told CBS News' Mark Strassman he's been texting with the crew while they're in quarantine. He says he's offered to get them DoorDash deliveries, donuts, coffee, whatever else they need to help them de-stress before liftoff.
I think it's important because we're fulfilling a promise that began more than 35 years ago for America's return to the moon as a stepping stone for all the things that we are going to do farther out into our solar system, like someday American astronauts planting the stars and stripes on Mars.
For more, let's bring in CBS News space consultant Bill Harwood. So, Bill, what does the final day of preps look like for NASA and for the crew?
Well, DoorDash aside, it's quite busy for the launch team. You know, they're going to be getting the rocket ready for fuel loading. That's the really major event in this countdown, when they pump that liquid hydrogen and oxygen back into the Space Launch System rocket. If you remember, in early February during a dress rehearsal countdown, that's when leaks showed up that caused delays and a lot of head scratching. They think they've got that fixed. They think the rocket is good to go. And so we'll find that out tomorrow morning. If they can gas it up, no leaks, then the crew's going to strap in and wait for launch and hope the weather cooperates. But right now, as you said, everything's looking pretty good.
What will you be watching from a technical standpoint? Is it really just listening to that live narration of the gassing up process?
Absolutely. You know, we're going to pay a lot of attention to fueling, but you also have to think a bit ahead about what are you going to be doing as soon as they take off. This is an incredibly busy first day in space for the astronauts. You know, it's the first time the Orion crew capsules ever carried astronauts. So this is really a test flight, and the first day in space is going to be devoted to testing that capsule, making absolutely sure it's rock solid before they fire its thrusters to head for the moon. If you think about it, we all like to get, 6 or 8 hours of sleep a night. For this first day in space, the astronauts are going to get one period of 4 hours to nap, then they got to wake up for a rocket firing, and they get another 4 hours. So it's an incredibly long day for the crew. But hopefully it all goes well. They've certainly trained hard enough for it.
Yeah, can you imagine trying to sleep on that? You're like in space. I can't imagine. I would think they're all so giddy.
Yeah.
All right,
That'd be
so
tough.
If everything goes well, give us a rundown of what we can expect tomorrow.
Fueling, crew boarding, wait on the weather. I mean, those are the 3 big highlights, and hopefully they're all going to converge for an on-time launch.
We'll talk to you then. Bill Harwood, thanks so much. A programming note, we will have special coverage of the Artemis II launch tomorrow right here on CBS News 24/7.